Here's the thing, you don't need to spend $150 on cute, clear, organizing bins to get organized in 2024. As pretty and aesthetic and pleasing as they are, if it's not in your budget, it's not necessary. You can get organized with things that literally will cost you $0, and I'm gonna show you how right now. All right, we are starting with some just paper bags. We all have some of these. I'm removing the handles, and then we're just gonna cut down in each of the corner about half of the way. Scissors would have been better here. I had a box cutter. I don't really know why I'm using that. I was too lazy to get my scissors. Anyways, and then you're just going to fold over these top pieces into the bottom. It's gonna make it a little more sturdy, and then you can use this to store all sorts of stuff. You essentially have created like a little paper basket. I'm using it here in my pantry just to store a bunch of extra pantry stuff. It really works great as an awesome little paper basket. And speaking of the pantry, one of the things we hate about pantries and why we like to put them in paper baskets is because lots of stuff in pantries do this. They just like fall over and they make a big mess. And so one of my favorite things to do is to decant items. And you can get really expensive, fancy Tupperwares and bins, or you can just reuse bins for literally $0. I'm reusing some glass jars here, an old like liter thing. That's really good description, Kelly. Anyways, so now you can avoid all of your stuff falling over because it's just in like unhelpful bags, and you can put it and decant it into bottles for $0 and make your pantry much more organized. All right, we are not throwing out our boxes when we're done. Cheerios, Teddy Grahams, no, we're gonna keep these boxes, okay? And I'm going to start by measuring one of these, and I'm going to divide it into 3 sections, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut this, and then I'm going to use like some hot glue or some glue stickers or whatever, and I'm going to connect these together. So for the ones that have flaps still, like that are the tops and bottoms, you can close the bottoms over. Then I'm cutting out a piece of cardboard in the width of the 3 combined together, and then we're just gonna cut slits about 95% of the way up these, and then use these to create little dividers. So I created this one with an old graham cracker box, and then I'm going to add to it with this old Cheerios box. And essentially what I'm creating is little dividers to put into drawers. So I use this in my daughter's bedroom to divide up a bunch of her like smaller pajamas and stuff. And honestly, it works just as good as ones that I have spent like 15 bucks on. And I made it for $0. While we are on the topic of like boxes, snack boxes and stuff, I'm going to show you a better way to store these because the little tabs that they build in almost never work. So instead what you're going to do is you're going to fold over one long end and you're going to fold over 2 of the short ends. Then you're going to push inward and sort of create like a little V shape on each short side. And then that last remaining long edge is just going to slide right into this slot. This is the only way that I store all of my boxed snacks and cereals. It is so much better than using the tabs they come with. Next, we're going to create a hanging sponge holder. You're gonna start by cutting off the bottom of the soap container, and then you're going to cut up the center, and essentially you're gonna cut off 3 of the 4 sides, leaving 1 of the wide sides. Then cutting in from the top, you're just going to cut a slit down and then cut a small circle shape out. You then can just hang this onto your kitchen sink faucet and place your sponge directly into it. The bottom of the soap container is open, so your sponge will drain perfectly, and it's just a great little spot to put your sponge and let it dry out and drain. You're gonna hesitate before you throw out your next Amazon box. We're gonna create a nice little basket. So I'm going to start by like removing the box at the seam so that it opens all the way up. And then on the 2 short ends, I'm going to cut out little handle holes. So I'm gonna cut out the first one, and then I'm gonna use that as a guide on the other side so that they're the same sized handles. Then I'm just going to put this box back together, but inside out, so that I don't have like all the Amazon Prime stuff sitting on the outside of my box. I'm also cutting off all of the top tabs as well, because this is gonna be an open basket. Then I'm just going to put this back together, a little hot glue to construct my box back together. And now I've created a really great little just like basic tote, like a little tote basket that you can use to store all sorts of stuff. It's really super sturdy, and it costs $0, and I didn't have to worry about breaking down this box and getting it into my recycling. Let's upcycle some mason jars for free. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a pour top, just upcycling the top to an old salt container. We've all used one of these salts things, and then when we were done, we just pitched it. But instead, try tracing out the top, and then you're going to cut this piece out, and then you are just going to place it into your mason jar in the place of the, like where the little can top usually goes, screw the top on, and now you've created a really nice mason jar. I want to call it a sport top. No, a pour spout. Pour spout is what I'm looking for. Another thing you need to know is the tops to like the grated Parmesan. Yeah, these screw right onto mason jars as well. And now you've created a mason jar that has a little shaker top. I'm bringing back some old footage of the pantry that we had when we first moved into this house, which actually wasn't a pantry. We just had two like random bookshelves that the prior owners had put in. And so I didn't have any cutesy fancy way to store my spices. And the trickiest part was actually that I was often looking at my spices from the top just because of the way that this was organized. And I just took some paper and I wrote each name of the spice on the paper. I cut it out, I taped it onto the top. And now when I pulled out my spices and I was looking at them from like above, I could easily see which each spice was. As opposed to before when I was having to store my spices, I couldn't see what any of the spices' names were. Heading back to some snack boxes, I'm going to deconstruct this Ritz box because I want to use the plain inside again. And then on the long ends, I'm going to measure out the center and I'm going to cut a fairly good sized hole across the short end and then into each one of the longer sides. And then I'm going to put this box back together again using the like less loud inside that's just nice and brown. And then you've created this nice little like storage box. I'm going to use it for some Ziplocs. So you can see I can just slide a bunch of my extra Ziplocs in here and then I can just pull out one at a time, and it's a really great easy storage for Ziplocs. But you could use it for all sorts of stuff, obviously dish towels or whatever. Now let's take this Teddygram box and we are going to, again, break it apart so that we're using the nice interior that's not so crazy looking. And then what I'm going to do is actually grab an old wipes container. How many times have you just thrown out these wipes container? Well, these little tops are actually really great and you can reuse them. They just pull right off of the bags. And then I'm going to trace the inside of the diaper wipe top onto my box. I'm going to cut that piece out and then I can just hot glue the wipes top back onto this. And when I put my box back together, now I've created my own little like storage box with its own little top that opens. So I use this a few different ways. One way was to store these little magnetic people that my daughter loves because she's always like losing them. And honestly, kids love opening and closing things. So she's going to think this is so great as a way to like keep her toys, her little like magnet people stored. But you could use this to store all sorts of stuff. I have it here with some like Tide Pods as an easy way to store like just smaller little things that you can like flip the top open, grab it, and then put it away. Okay, a easy way to upcycle your tea boxes as your tea drinker is to just cut the bottom, like not even like a quarter of an inch off the bottom of your tea box, and then you can just store it vertical and pull out your tea bags as you use them, and they self-dispense. If you have too many plastic bags, try this next time you have a random box left over from Amazon or whatever. You are going to, well, you can cover it in like craft paper if you want to make it look really nice, or you could also deconstruct it and put it back together like I've done in the past. And then you're just going to cut a hole out of the top. You're going to put the plastic bags inside by feeding one plastic bag through the handles of the other one, and then this way it will self-dispense like this. And you can hold a surprising amount of bags in here. My box held over 50 plastic bags. Grab an old pants hanger and use this to hang your cookbooks while you're cooking, because then your recipe will always stay open and you can easily see what you need. 2 command hooks next to an outlet is like one of my favorite little hacks. If you happen to have some extra command hooks hanging around, just gonna put 2 of them next to the outlet, and now you can use it to put your device or whatever if you have a spot where usually you are charging it on the floor. Another command hook hack that I absolutely love as a mom is putting command hooks on the back of your high chair. This is such a game changer because after you wash them, you can just hang them there to drip dry. And then as soon as you need them when you are feeding your children, they're right there at a quick grab. All of my high chairs have like multiple command hooks on the back of them because it is the way to go. All right, my favorite hack is clothespins. We all have like random clothespins hanging around. You can use the command adhesives on these, and I stick them around like all over the place for all sorts of stuff. You can hang important paperwork, bills you need to pay, receipts, your like grocery list, your meal planning sheet for the week. I've even put some in closets to hang mittens and hats when they are wet from the snow so that they can dry. Literally, I love clothespins for organizing, and everybody has some just hanging around. Or you can literally just hang them up with some random string or yarn that you have hanging around in your kid's room or playroom, and then a bunch of clothespins to hang artwork. One of my favorite ways that is totally free to hang your kids' artwork. I'm going to show you how to perfectly fold a button-down shirt using just a magazine that you have laying around your house. You're going to put it on the back of the shirt, and then you're going to put it up to the collar, and then you're going to fold over and take the sleeve, and you're going to fold that diagonally down so that it is parallel with the shirt. You're going to do this on both sides. Then you can just fold up from the bottom, pull out the magazine, and you have a perfectly folded button-up shirt. And while we were talking about little folding hacks, I'm going to share one more with you for socks.
I don't know if you're like me, but I've been folding my socks like this pretty much my entire life, which is fine, but it doesn't really save as much space and it's a little less effective. So I'm going to show you a better way to do it. Lay the matching socks out flat and then fold the top one down about 1.5 inches. Then just roll up from the bottom. When you get to the top, just fold the excess over and you're all set. Good to go. This is going to save a ton of space in your sock drawers. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to yourself and to others, and I will see you all in my next video.